Hi everyone, I am just getting ready for work, so I thought I might film my makeup and show you what I'm going to do today. I am looking a little bit tired, but that's okay. I'm going to go in with my Perfect Skin because I just feel like this is what I want to wear today. Very small amount just on my buffer brush and tap it onto my skin. So with the Perfect Skin, you can build this. It's a medium to full coverage base, so you can go nice and light like I am today, or you can go with full coverage, whatever you feel like. But I love it because once it goes on, it's on, and you don't have to do anything with it for the day. It just stays in place, and I think it just looks perfect all day long. Okay, before I go on and do my concealer, I'm actually going to do my brows because I was asked the other day to show how exactly I do them. So if you're totally new to doing brows, you want to make sure that you measure them first. So just use your pencil or a brush and go from the outside of your nose to the inside of your eye here, and that's roughly where it should start. From the edge of your nose to the end of your eye is where it should finish, and from the edge of your nose up through your pupil is where your arch should be. Now it's generally there naturally anyway, but you might not see it because there might be little baby hairs or something in that area that you might not notice. You might notice it, but that's your general gauge. Now what I would do as well, if you're totally new to it, is get a little bit of light eyeshadow and just mark your areas first. Then you know where you're starting and where you're finishing. And then what I always do is, I'm just taking my mirror here because it's too far away for me to see there. I always start in the middle and really light strokes. So this is our blonde easy brow pencil because obviously I have blonde hair and my highlights are lighter than usual. So really, really light strokes, filling in any gaps. And like I said, then I'm going to repeat myself, but it's so important. The light strokes are the key. So the lighter and more feathery you go with your pencil, the more hair-like the finish. So the more natural it'll look. I always start in the middle as well because I feel then if I do by any chance put too much on, I can then just kind of brush it away or blend it away. If you go into the front here with too much at the beginning, it can be a bit blocky looking then. Because remember, here is always a little bit lighter and so is the end, and then you get a bit stronger in the middle. Okay. And then I just take the other end of the easy brow pencil, which is the little spoolie brush, and just brush through the hair. But look at the difference that makes. It just lifts the whole face, gives you a facelift, I think. So even if you don't want to wear makeup or you don't want to wear a base or anything like that, the brows, even on their own, can make such a difference. So same again here. I obviously don't need to measure them anymore because I'm so used to doing my brows. But we all generally as well have one brow that's higher than the other. And like that, they're sisters, not twins. So don't be killing yourself trying to get them exactly even. If you actually do them completely symmetrically with stencils and things like that, it can look so false and it can actually really harsh on the face. The only person who will notice a little bit of a difference in the height of them is you. Okay, so now that the brows done, you can see totally there the difference that they make. I'm going to go in with my concealer next, and I'm using my medium 3. So with concealer, just going on the inner corner and out here on the edge, and then a little bit on the inside of my lid there. So not using a whole lot, and the key here is just the placement and then how you blend it in. So starting down low and start tapping it in. Never rub or pull the area around your eye because the skin is so thin around there that over time you will damage it, and you know it's the first place to kind of go crappy as we get older, so we want to be nice and gentle. So just pushing the product in, and by doing it this way as well, you use much less product and you get like max coverage for that product that you have put on. So onto the lid as well, because the lid is an area that can get quite discolored if you're tired, or just be discolored in general because the skin again is so thin around that area. But look at the difference that tiny little bit has made. It's crazy. Like my eyes, I know, are probably redder than most, but you know, I'm just always with my concealer, I just feel so much better. And just tap it up underneath. For me, the medium 3 is my favorite of all the concealers, just because it neutralizes any blue and red around the area of my eye. and it looks so natural, because I just personally don't like it too light under my eye because I've got fine lines underneath there. I feel if I go too bright to lift it, I mean, it's one thing doing it on camera if you're doing something and it's a photo shoot, but for real life wear, it can be totally different. I don't want it looking like it's really obvious, you know, the kind of way. I got a little bit of concealer in my hand. I don't want it looking really obvious. I want it to be as natural a finish as possible. So I'm just going to leave that set and settle. I'm going to really quickly and easily do my blush and highlight in that next. I actually wanted to use my peach glow. I'm not sure if I have it there. My peach cream blush. I don't see it there anywhere. I'll have to get myself one. Sugar, I wanted to use that today. Anyway, I'll go with my pink. I just wanted to use something different because I know you're probably sick of me using the pink. So 2 little dots onto my cheek. Then I'm going to use my highlight, my Liquid Lights highlight, just on top of it, on the top of the cheekbone. And then get my mini buffer and just tap it in. So I'm merging my highlight into my blush there so that we get a real nice natural finish to it, and I keep the light parts light and then have my blush coming from under it. But like, look at the skin now already. I just think it looks so nice and fresh. I'm going to take these clips out now just so that my hair doesn't get little bumps in it. But I just think it looks so much fresher already, and just, it makes such a difference. I'm going to use today then my, which palette will I use? I actually got an Iconic one the other day. Where did I put that? Okay, give me 2 seconds because I want to use this one. I honestly don't know what I have done with my stuff today. It's everything is missing, but could have been Chloe. But I'm going to use my Iconic shade. So this is the old Iconic palette, but these are the 3 eyeshadows that are in your Iconic eyeshadow palette. These guys might be coming back soon. Loads of people have been asking for them, so we have redesigned and are going to do them again. Going in with my gold first on my blender, and I'm just going to take that across the lid just as my base. This palette for me is always the one that, if you are feeling a little tired or anything, it just transforms. Yeah, totally. Next then I'm going to go in with my darkest shade on my flat shadow, and I'm just going to tap that down onto the lash line on both sides, and then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with it. So just from kind of the midsection out, and then I'm going to take another little bit of that same colour, and I'm just going to drag it upwards slightly to give me a little lift on the edge of my eyes. So you can use this or do this with your smudger brush or the flat shadow. Both will work the same. And then I'm just going to blend that dark shade back into the gold. See, it just lifts the eyes up. And then I'm going to go in with my Pro Blender and just a little bit of the middle shade, just to warm up the transition area there. I'm actually going to go in with my smudger brush, just because I want to make that line a little deeper. And then bring it up with that. See the way it just gives me that nice kind of eyeline effect. I'm not going to put anything on the lower lashes for now. Okay, so then whatever's left over on my smudger, I'm going to bring underneath the lower lash line. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do then is my mascara. So I'm going to use my volumizer from our Total Lash mascara. These are coming back very, very soon. I think it's actually in the next week or 2. I must double check and I'll let you know. But I'm going to give myself 2 good coats. So that is my mascara on. And then the last piece of the puzzle is just to put on a little bit of setting powder. I actually forgot to put on this before to my mascara. So I'm just going to tap it gently in the areas that I know would be prone for me to shine throughout the day, which would be the T-zone and just around my nose. Just these areas. So I'm using shade 2 of our translucent powder. Shade 1 is coming back soon, but shade 2 would be what I would use most often. and that is my makeup done. But really nice and light, and I feel like my skin rather, looks really nice and fresh now, and I feel so much fresher than when I started. Very minimal product amount used, and it's just all, I think, all about placement and how you apply it. So hopefully you will have gotten some nice tips from that, and you might give it a try. If you do, let me know how you get on, and I will talk to you soon.